Red sky at night, red and green delights. Well, here's hoping anyway. Coventry United travelling to Easington Sports on this crisp September evening in the United Counties League Premier Division South. The action from Addison Road right here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Addison Road, the home of the clan, otherwise known as Easington Sports, for tonight's United Counties League fixture. Liam Cook with you throughout the entirety of this evening's game. Let's take you through today's starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry United. In goal is Reese Francis. Number 2 is Joe Smith. 3, Ben Valance. 4, the captain, Aaron Williams. Number 5, Nat Kelly. Number 6 is Don Perkins. 7, Charlie Faulkner. Number 8, Aaron Solomon. Number 9, Chris Camwell. Number 10, Kyle Carey. And number 11 is Tyler Haddow. Substitutes for Coventry United are Tyler Haddow. Harry Sawyer, I should say. Harry Sawyer, Don Mullane, Joe Cairns, Jack Bowden, and Riley O'Sullivan. Coventry United in their chain strip of all green tonight. Just making the final preparations for the broadcast, including Coventry United's brand new red for iPhone charger. Make sure to get a red one for match days. Aaron Williams checking in with the officials before the match. Joe Ayer, the captain for Easington Sports. It's time to get the action underway. It will be Coventry United to kick off from left to right in their beautiful green away kit. Easington in red and white stripes. And we are officially underway at Addison Road. Red and greens on the ball, not done by Tyler Haddow towards the right hand side of the penalty area. Kyle Carey dispossessed. Solomon collects in the centre. Here's Valance. Lofts it into the box. Good header away by Ayer. He will judge the bounce right. Solomon picks it up from Alfie Dunn. Plays it into a safer location with Joe Smith at right back tonight. Faulkner. First line cross by Smith. Camwell at the far post. Deflected out for a corner. Early opportunity for the red and greens. Final touch coming from Josh Rose. Beautiful backdrop for this corner. The red sky of sunset in Oxford. To come in from the left-hand side. Camwell. And for another corner. Deflected off Elliot Barton, the right back. United resting some of their star players tonight, including Riley O'Sullivan and Joe Cairns. Will they be able to get the job done without the star-studded United front line. Chris Cowell scored an absolute beauty against Bugbrook St Michael's. Tried to get the cross in and cleared emphatically. Safely back with United number 5, Nat Kelly. It appears there's been a change to the side. That looks like Jake Butler, wearing the number 12, has been brought into the team. I'm trying to figure out who has been left out. There's no alteration made on the team sheet. There's Ayer with the throw. Sawyer wins that aerial duel. You can bring it down. There's Butler. Solomon. Kyle Carey knows how to hit them from range. Lays it off to Charlie Faulkner. Surrounded by red and white shirts. Will have to go alone. Down now to Smith. Returns to Charlie Faulkner. After getting sandwiched. Solomon with a header. Deflected. And brought down by Joe White of Easington. The home side with only one victory to their credit this season, that being a 4-0 win away at Northampton Chenocks, which Coventry United beat a couple of weeks ago, 3-0 at home. Could have easily been more, but Coventry decided to hold back towards the end. Williams collects deep in midfield. They're going to switch to play. Ayer will intercept on this near side. He's got Faulkner for company. Drilled into the penalty area. A slide in by Aaron Williams. A bit of a push on the back. Referee says no, but quick feet from the Coventry skipper, keeping it alive on the edge of their own penalty area. Dangerous times for the Red and Greens. Headed behind the defender by Tom Smith. And Kyle Carey looking to make Easington pay. Drags it wide at the far post. First opportunity for the Red and Greens. I dare say it won't be the last. Away by Joe White. Brought down by the head of Kelly. Valence, Campbell calling for it on the right side of that front three. It goes left with Kyle Carey. Haddo available, but Carey continues. Tried to do too much and runs it out of play. Goal kick. Jeff Cruz says 5-0 to the Red and Greens, and Sonia Williams says, come on, lads. To avid listeners of our CUTV coverage. Remember, there's no game on Saturday. I know, boring, isn't it? But we will be back on the next match day of Coventry United TV. We'll give you details of that later on in the game. But a Saturday without football doesn't seem right, does it? That's what we're going to make the most of tonight. Hopefully some goals flying in the net. And there could be an early chance for Easington to hit the back of the net here with Butler. Done. Looking to return to Butler. Butler collects. A sea of green blocking Francis's goal. And I think Coventry have got away with that one. Francis coming out in a dangerous position there, and Coventry have conceded the free kick on the far side of the field, about 15 yards, just to say, into their own half. You never know how dangerous these opportunities could be. Jack Fountain, brother of centre-back Damien Fountain, will put this in towards the near post where Harry Walters is. Walters. Now Tom Smith. Plenty of options in the area. Walters there. Header away by Solomon. Caught in that exchange. Referee says no. And the attack continues for Easington. Now it's with Josh Rose. Slide it towards the edge of the box. Solomon turns it away. But still the danger not over. Ayer Haddo's there, charges down the intended clearance, but collected by Rose. Now Damien Fountain, away before Campbell could get to it. But poor control by Walters allows Ben Valance to intercept. Carey, outmuscled by Elliot Barton. Barton up the right and deflected out off Ben Valance, the Coventry United left back played upon every single red and green season to date. And Easington wanted to start play immediately with the throw, but the referee calling it back as Josh Rose was taking some time to get back to his feet. The referee wanted to make sure that everyone was in working order before the ball was rolled again. So that free kick will be retaken. So throwing, I should say. Taking to Fountain. High into the night sky. Nodded on. Kelly gets his head on it. Perkins. And Coventry have got the free kick that time just as Butler received the loose ball in a dangerous position. Sonia says, come on, Kyle, you've had a rest last match. Let's smash it today, darling. Get in, Kyle. Had on the edge of the area, outleapt. Campbell looking for another spectacular. Goalkeeper fumbles it. And the flag is raised as Haddo wasn't able to keep it within the confines of the field. Should have been easy pickings really for Joe White. But his inability to claim created the opportunity for Haddo. White away towards the left. Butler the target, gets his head on it. First to is Harry Walters. Ayer. Francis comes off his line and clears on the edge of his own penalty area. Barton. Rather aimless ball into the penalty area. And easy pickings for United's number one. The vice-captain, Reece Francis. Valance. Diverted away by Barton on the halfway line. Faulkner. Taken out from behind by Harry Walters. Referee says no. Contentious decision. Williams. Now the referee calls back for it. As Coventry were attacking and arguably in a better position than they would have been with the free kick. The referee has now called it back. As Coventry tried to take the free kick, the referee is still in negotiations, you could say, with Aaron Williams. Oh, to be a referee, I certainly wouldn't want to be. Williams, United underway once again after that free kick. Carey couldn't claim. But he's got the free of the throwing out of it as Barton failed to intercept. Kelly switches the play over to Joe Smith, has made a real impact at both centre-back and right-back this season. Campbell lets it run. Only works if someone's there to pick up the pieces, and Haddo was a little slow to the party. But again, Easington's long ball is unsuccessful. Claimed by Smith. Here's Nat Kelly, the former Worcester City centre-back. Now Aaron Solomon signed a dual registration from Tamworth. Camwell, formerly of Coventry City. Faulkner. Comes towards the CUTV camera here. Smith just kept in by Ayer, and Faulkner goes down. Caesar taking a whack to the head there from the number 11, Alfie Dunn. And here's a head injury. Dan White immediately called over to attend to Faulkner, who has made a real impact in that central midfield role over the last few weeks. if Coventry are forced into a change, the most logical substitution would be that of Joe Cairns. United with Sawyer, Elaine, Cairns, Jack Bowden and Riley O'Sullivan available amongst the substitutes. O'Sullivan gaining a well-earned rest as Faulkner remains down. This is worrying for the Red and Greens. Faulkner still being attained circles with head injuries. You can't be too careful. Well, Faulkner appears to be okay. I hope Faulkner is able to continue. Just going through some final checks with United physio Dan White. Well, Faulkner remains off the field after that head injury. Chris Canwell will take the free kick. A punch by White, and not exactly a final act, but he has saved from Kyle Carey. If White had caught rather than punched, then that opportunity would never have fallen to Kyle Carey. Rather indecisive from the Clan shot stopper. United will be hoping to exploit that later on in the game. And bad news for Coventry United. Charlie Faulkner will not be continuing. He's gone through the concussion questions with Dan White, but it appears that Faulkner is not able to continue. So an early substitution will be made for Coventry United. We wait to see who is coming on. It looks like Dom Lane is going to warm up. But an early blow for Coventry United, and Faulkner does not look right. The game is underway. 15 minutes gone at Addison Road. Easington Sports 0, Coventry United 0. Coventry United making an early substitution momentarily with Charlie Faulkner going off with a head injury. Could things be about to get worse for Coventry United? Save at the near post from Harry Walters. Reece Francis had to be on his toes to keep that one out. He's had a quiet couple of weeks with the defence virtually keeping everything out in the last few games, but he's proven he's not getting rusty. He's brought the WD-40 with him today. Barton. And another break on for Easington. That could be an advantage given. Has the referee called for it? No. Easington absolutely furious as the winger was making his way up the right-hand side, tripped. And as Jake Butler was trying to claim the loose ball, it was unsuccessful. I assumed it was going to be called back, but the referee said no. Could have easily been a free kick for Easington there. I think United have got away with that one. And the Clan players less than pleased, as you can imagine. And Coventry United have made a substitution to replace Charlie Faulkner. As Francis clears. It looks like Joe Cairns has come on. It's number 15. It is indeed Joe Cairns. So Cairns on in a like-for-like change in central midfield. Cairns thought he was having a night off tonight, but he's quickly been called into the action as Easington looking to barrage Coventry United's defence. Honestly, they're not resting on their laurels here tonight. On paper, you would have thought that Coventry United would be comfortable winners, but Easington have certainly made an impressive start. Here's Camwell. Cairns in towards Haddo. Couldn't quite get the contact he needed on that header. Coventry appealing for a corner, feeling the final touch came off the head of Easington's number 5, Tom Smith. The man in black did not agree. Joe White clears his lines. Kelly with the initial header. Butler. Can Easington cause a shock here? And Smith unable to claim it from Watts. Here's Ayer. Cross the face of goal. The Clan are certainly up for this one. Going to need a bit of something extra here. The front three, of course, we know they can all hit them. Carey, Camwell and Haddon have all scored impressive goals this season. The Clan defenders kept them at bay for now. And they'll have another throw just down line from the Easington penalty area in the hands of the home side, but they can try and close them. And that's exactly what Tyler Haddo has done, charging down. The attempted clearance from Joe White. Out of play for a goal kick, but in fact the referee has indicated that it's going to be a throw, not a goal kick. White has been a little too cautious today. There goes the throw. Immediately out for a Coventry United throw-in. Red and Green's looking to capitalise on some lackadaisical play from Easington Sports. Towards Camwell. Pinballs around the penalty area. Not quite the clearance they needed. Haddo could have intercepted, but they got it away just in time. Only as far as Valance, who lets that one go. Immediately thrown into the box where Tyler Haddo is. High into the night sky. Cairns tries to bring it down. Ayer as far away as Camwell. Handball claims. Camwell too busy appealing rather than trying to win the ball back from the number 11, Dunn. Walters towards the far post where Jake Butler was waiting, but he couldn't make contact. And out on the other side for a red and green's throw in their own backyard. As far as White. Coventry claim deep into their own backyard. Smith. There's space for Carey. Carey found. Carey. Got pressure from Ayer behind, but tracks back. Joe Smith. Perkins screaming for it behind, and Perkins is found. Now just playing it around the back for the moment. Perkins. Williamson. Coventry encasing their own backyard. United being a little too cautious in this match. With respect to Easington, this is a team that Coventry should be beating. Poked out on this near side by Damien Fountain. And I'm not sure they're going to get that ball back. Straight into the shrubbery. Well, Joe Smith's going to try anyway. And Smith has got the ball back. The United defender back from his guest appearance on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Smith's throw. And Campbell trying to return to Smith with their header. Let's just say it wasn't on target. Halfway through the first half here on CUTV, Easington Sports 0, Coventry United 0 at Addison Road in the United Counties League Premier Division South, as Williams nods that into touch as he falls. There's a front line from Ayr. Perkins ducks and tries to shepherd it away from Harry Walters. Has Walters stolen it at the last minute? No, he hasn't. Perkins able to clear before it crosses the line. Watts. Here's Damien Fountain. Dunn takes it on. Alfie Dunn. And it's a goal kick. Under pressure from Nat Kelly on the right-hand side. It's been a bit of a midfield battle thus far after 24 minutes. Very few clear-cut opportunities. But for the first time in a good 2 weeks, and that ball definitely hadn't gone over. It didn't look to me as if the whole ball had gone over, but I'm not the one with the flag. It will be a throw for Easington. Contentious throw. James Watts looking to cut in on Smith. The referee says no, as he's taking it on the standing challenge. Cairns looking for Tyler Haddo, just poked away from Camwell by Alfie Dunn. Damien Fountain, I should say. Carey puts it through the legs of Fountain, but Fountain collects again. Jake Butler making the run. On the left-hand side of the penalty area, shepherded into the corner by Joe Smith. And cuts in, beautifully done. Butler goes to the ground. Goal kick. Smith getting the better of the late replacement for Easington. He was supposed to be on the bench, but was called in to replace Andrew Stidder, who I could only assume was injured in the warm-up. Smith. And Joe Smith caught by Ayer as he lofted the ball up the right-hand side. Ayer makes his apologies and Smith accepts the apology. The ref just having the final say. A lot of Carl Carey fans in the YouTube comment section. Remember to hit the like button if you are enjoying today's broadcast. Leave a comment below and subscribe to CUTV for more exclusive action. You can find the highlight of today's game online tomorrow morning. Perkins onto the right with Joe Smith. Williams caught between a rock and a hard place and forced wide. Looking for a teammate just before he went into touch, but Fountain, Jack Fountain that is, turns it as far as Nat Kelly, the former Worcester City defender. Sided by Barton, I should say, diverted out. Quick throw from United is Aaron Solomon. They haven't looked dangerous in front of goal for a good 15 minutes. Easington, I have to say, rather surprisingly, have got the better of the attacking play. Maybe United underestimating their opposition. Solomon. Valance. Cantwell cannons off Barton. Jack Fountain lopped it up to Aram Solomon of Coventry United. Kelly went over the ball but tracks back to collect. Francis taking his time. Kelly. Perkins to Smith. Taking on air, one-on-one, beats him. But the pass was not what was necessary. Jack Fountain lofting it away. Straight back to Francis, who finds Perkins. And Coventry will try again. Valance. Kelly, did that flick off the head of Cantwell? I don't think it did, as Josh Rose finds Butler on the right. And into touch off Ben Valance in a dangerous position. Easington looking the more likely to score, and they've got the corner out of it. Valance volleying it into touch. Could this be Easington's opportunity to edge ahead of their title-chasing opposition? Call if we at the far post is Josh Rose. Towards the net, the goal is offside. Jake Butler puts the ball in the back of the net, but the flag is raised. Heartbreak for Easington. It would have been the biggest goal they've scored all season. As Cantwell taken out from behind by Josh Ayer. Just when the Clan went into raptures, the flag denies them the lead. Here's Solomon. Looking for Carey, far too central, and that could be the wake-up call that Coventry United need after a lackadaisical first half an hour. White's clearance from goal. Bounces away from Valance, but the long-serving United defender will collect. On the left-hand side, appeals for a foul. Referee says no, but I think has now called back for it. Indeed he has, for the infringement on Ben Valance right on the touchline. Remember, we are going off air for a short break at half-time, so remember to go and get yourself a cup of tea and be back here for 8:30. And in fact, it's the Easington player who has gone down, but thankfully, I think it was Barton. Barton is okay now. 15 minutes to go until half-time. 30 gone. Coventry United and Easington still deadlocked, but Walters for Easington has had a goal disallowed. It's not been the most promising of half an hours for Coventry United. In a game which on paper you would assume would be a simple win. Ball bounces beyond Cantwell. Smith's header from the clearance. Handball against Joe Cairns, just into Easington territory. I dare say the team still got half-time from Terry Anderson will be scathing if this continues. It's rolled past Ayer. No touch from Smith. Throw-ins to the red and greens. Smith with ball in hand. Looking upfield for Joe Cairns. A bit of contact with Jack Fountain, but the referee unmoved. Butler gets there ahead of Cantwell. Blasted up the right. Valance will see that out for the throw and take it himself. Perkins. Walters hassling and harrying the United defender. And Easington with the throw. Final touch coming from Ben Valance. Here's James Watts. Barton driving towards the box. Shoved from behind by Solomon. This time the referee says no. And now United on the counter. A rare attacking move for the Red and Greens here. Kyle Carey. Pressure from behind with Ayer. Goes alone but taken out on the challenge by Damien Fountain, who claims the ball too. And now it's with Jake Butler racing up the left. Smith behind, trying to dispossess. He's kept it in just about. Where can Smith go from here, though? Walters not allowing him out of that corner. He's found Perkins. Perkins, clearance flicked on by Cairns. Into a relatively safe part of the field. Carey left that one, but Ayer brings it back for Easington. Butler stretched in vain, with Smith claiming for Coventry. Alfie Dunn in the centre for Easington. Turns away from Smith. Jake Watts. Aimless ball into the penalty area. I have to say, there's no doubt about the team I've been more impressed with today, and it's not Coventry United. Very surprising. Barton. Claimed the near post by Francis. He's not been troubled too much today. What he's had to do, he's done to the best of his ability, like always. Cairns dispossessed in the midfield. It's James Watts. Solomon picked it up, but the referee has called it back for a free kick. A bit of a soft free kick. Just over 10 minutes to go until half time. A big improvement needed after the break. Of course, Coventry with Riley O'Sullivan on the bench. They've had to use one of their subs already, with Charlie Faulkner going off with a head injury, which did not look too promising. Joe Cairns came on after around 15 minutes. But the heavy first touch allows Cairns to clear. And now Tyler Haddo, goalkeeper, having to trap back to his line. And it's beyond White. The pass from Joe Ayer. But Smith will mop it up and clear for the throw. And it could have been a corner. Good recovery from Easington. Solomon switches to Smith. Taking on Ayer. And Smith going for goal. I assume he was going for goal, but it was a very tame effort. Jeff Cruz says, come on, Cov, get scoring. We don't do 0-0s. In fact, in the nearly 6 years that Coventry United TV has been in action, we've only ever had 6 0-0s, and that was covering 2 teams for the most part. Perkins forced to put that one behind the touchline under the pressure from Walters, and another Easington corner is the result. He's looking to push on, but Coventry clear. Smith bundles over Alfie Dunn. Bounces across the path of Tom Smith. Ayer keeps it alive, volleys it back into the danger zone. Kelly can only find Rose. Solomon goes down under the challenge. Elliot Barton, Coventry protests. Oh, it's spilled by Francis! Somehow Burton did not score. Referee has given a goal kick when Easington wanted a spot kick. I think the referee's got that one right. But United are inviting danger in their own backyard. Williams away from Butler. Forced down from behind. I think Coventry came here expecting that the game was going to be a little bit easier than it has been. Easington have dominated this game. Here's Smith. Williams. Carey, first time pass to Joe Cairns, trying to slide it to Haddo. Tyler Haddo puts it through for Carey. Offside, but he's hit the station anyway. Far from a vintage performance, but it's a move that United can at least take positives from. Joe White between the sticks. Away by White. Williams header. Sliced volley to the right hand side by Jack Fountain. Barton taking on Ben Valance. Valance does well but can't hold off the Easington right back. It's gone out of play for a corner. And again, Coventry's backs are against the wall. The Clan have been on top. Can they edge in front in the closing minutes of the first half? Nodded towards the net by Smith. Kelly's header away from the goal line. Cairns felt he was caught. Referee says no as Easington head forward again with Alfie Dunn. Takes it too close to Cairns, who's back on his feet and back on the ball. And a throw in as Valance meets Elliot Barton. Nat Kelly. Valance returns to Kelly. Launches it from the back. Headed by Rose, looking for a teammate. And Coventry have given away the free kick, but it's Aaron Williams who has stayed down, clutching his ankle. United have already had one injury substitution, and Dan White called into action again. You hear the pain of Williams from here. This does not seem good. Williams not the sort of player to stay down. It's fingers crossed he will be okay. Receiving treatment from the Coventry physio. In terms of a holding midfielder, Coventry's options are a bit more limited. Jack Bowden can drop deeper when called upon. You can also potentially see Solomon or Cairns in a holding midfield role, but it's an awkward one. United only had two fit centre-backs with Lewis Hayden and Williams, and of course Hayden left last week. With Liam Cairns hopefully back in the next couple of weeks after a serious facial injury suffered against Worcester in the FA Cup in August. Doesn't help us tonight. And it does not seem good at all. And the Coventry United substitute is being prepared. That is Riley O'Sullivan getting ready to come on. And yes, indeed, Aaron Williams is not going to be continuing. Another massive blow for the Red and Greens. Their midfield has lost two of its three habitants. First Charlie Faulkner with a head injury, now Aaron Williams, which looks like an ankle or a knee problem. Difficult to tell from over here, but it looks like Riley O'Sullivan is getting ready, and again, Coventry United down to 10 players momentarily. But as first halves go, this has been pretty rotten. With 3 minutes of it left, Riley O'Sullivan is going to come on, and he thought it was going to be a nice easy night for him, watching the game from the bench come on for the last 10 minutes for a little cameo. Not to be, he's on for at least a half of football. So in the final 2 minutes of normal time, I'd assume there'll be at least 4 minutes of added due to the injuries to Faulkner and Williams. The free kick is taken, and after a goal kick, final touch being taken off Butler. Francis lays the ball. Francis in the centre of the park towards Haddo. Haddo flicks it on. Camwell brings under control. Challenge though, takes it away just as he was looking for O'Sullivan. But Smith intercepts a slide though by Dunn, and able to find a teammate as Ayer looks to pick out Butler. Smith intercepts. Easington, I tell you what, putting up a good fight tonight. Kelly does well to outmuscle the number 9, Harry Walters. Clearance by Francis, now with Joe Smith. Plays it off Ayer for the Coventry United throw. It's the final minutes of normal time. There will be lengthy stoppages. Coventry with only the one change left, and we haven't even made it to the break, with Faulkner and Williams both off. Cairns and O'Sullivan drafted in. Smith. Back to Francis. Half-time team talk from Terry Anderson seems very much needed at this present time. Let's see if the words of wisdom from the Scouser will fix the problems that United have faced in the opening half of the match. Francis will hold. Now blasts it to the left. Shy of Haddo, now for a throw on the halfway line, far side of the field. Barton with a swing and a miss, looking to find a team at the right side. We can only divert it out for a Coventry United throw, midway into away territory. O'Sullivan the target, stumbles away from the challenge and takes it over the line. It's an Easington throw now, and Aaron Williams is having to be helped back to the changing rooms. This is really not good for the United captain. Coventry already low on defensive midfielders. At present, they've gone from 3 to 0 in the space of a month. Cairns. I'm going to flick it on for Kyle Carey. There's no cohesion between the red and greens tonight. The performance put in against Budbrook on Saturday seems a distant memory. And now it's Don Perkins going down under the challenge and staying down. Perkins held back to his feet. And it appears that the United man is okay. Red and Greens really can't afford another injury. We've had nearly 2 minutes of added time, and I expect there's going to be a little bit more. Francis, Haddo the target, being held by Ayer. Sat down by Solomon, slides in on Ayer. Haddo, Solomon the target, but off the heel of Dunn. And Easington appealing for something that only they've seen. I can honestly say I'm not sure what they're appealing for there. Maybe handball, but I honestly didn't see anything. Haddo gets enough on that to find Kyle Carey. Being held there, and a referee could have easily given a free kick to Coventry United. Back with Kelly. Now Francis takes a touch away from Butler. Play continues into a 4th minute of added time. Easington will not back down, hoping to get a goal before the break. Here's Watts into Butler, whose goal was disallowed earlier on in the game. Here's as far as Barton, but now Coventry on the counter. Carey looking for Chris Camwell. Didn't have the legs on it, but they will have a throw on the halfway line with Riley O'Sullivan giving the ball to Joe Smith. Perkins. Matt Kelly. With the former Walsall Woods centre-back Don Perkins. And again, the long-range passing, not what is required. Campbell the target, straight over his head. But O'Sullivan directing traffic, telling his teammates to case in Easington into that corner. Launched upfield, Camwell wins that aerial duel, Haddo. And the referee has called half-time with Coventry on the attack. But it is 0-0 at the break. Not really a first half of merit for the Red and Greens. Easington going to be proud of their opening 45 minutes, but hopefully the best is yet to come in this United Counties League match. Half-time score, Easington 0, Coventry 0. We're back in 10 minutes. These refs. And we are back here on Coventry United TV with live and exclusive coverage of the second half of this United Counties League Premier Division South match between Easington Sports and Coventry United. It's fair to say that the home side have had the better of things in the early stages of the game, but the second half is a different kettle of fish. Let's hope the half-time words of wisdom from United manager Terry Anderson have done the trick. No changes at half-time. Coventry can't afford any anyway because they have already made two changes, I should say, due to injury, with Charlie Faulkner and Aaron Williams being taken off. We are being told that the early prognosis of Williams' injury is ligament damage in the leg, which is very bad news. And just as I'm saying that, Nat Kelly is down, and this is going from bad to worse. It looks like a knee injury for Nat Kelly. And this would be the third injury substitution for Coventry United. I hope to God that Nat can continue. This is a proper head in your hands moment.
Kiss of death, Chris.
Thank God for that. Nat's okay, I think.
Liam's the kiss of death.
Come on, me, kiss of death. Come over here. I'll suck my tongue in.
You lost your job.
Yeah, it's common knowledge I'm not having a good day, but United win will cheer me up. So let's keep backing the boys tonight. Well, thankfully, Nat Kelly is fine. He's back on his feet, and we've still got the one change left in case there's a hat trick of injuries. Who's got the final touch on that? It's a Coventry United ball. Over a kick in the midfield by Walters. Cairns. The red and green stumble by Solomon. Loses out to Walters. Elliot Barton racing past Valance. Looking for options on the right side with Alfie Dunn, I should say. Marching through is Watts. Dunn. Back to Watts. Jack Watts, and that looked like a dive to me from Watts. A soft free kick if ever I've seen one. It is going to be Jack Fountain standing over the ball for Easington Sports. Very much the underdogs in this match. But the underdogs so far are having their day. Fountain. Head towards it, there's a goal! Easington take a deserved lead through Tom Smith. You can't say it hasn't been coming. Easington Sports, who have picked up just the one win this season against fellow strugglers Northampton Chenocks, have taken the lead against Coventry United with a well-worked free kick routine, nodded in the near post by Tom Smith. And there is certainly work to do now for Terry Anderson and his men. Easington Sports 1, Coventry United 0.
Come on, Ben. Get him going. Come on, United.
Well, this was certainly not in the script. But there's plenty of time left, 41 minutes, as the Red and Greens have got a free kick, but one of the Coventry players, Kyle Carey, with a bit of shoving action there. In all fairness, it probably shouldn't have been a free kick anyway for that goal from Smith, but foul or not, it was a well-worked routine. Can Coventry immediately peg back Easington with Chris Camwell on the free kick. No, towards the net, tipped over. Joe White denied a top bins header. A promising sign for the Red and Greens. And the first for a while, but White was equal to it. Another set piece with this corner. Smith at the far post, nods it down for Kyle Carey. Overhead kick. Going for a red and white shirt. Walters sends Valence to the ground and continues along the left-hand side to Alfie Dunn. Can they make it two? It's done. Walters in support. Well saved in the near post. Reese Francis denying Dunn. Sullivan target from the kick, but nodded towards the left-hand side by Tom Smith, the goal scorer. United want the throw. Sullivan was going head-to-head with Joe Ayer. The referee's assistant on the far side gives it in favour of Easington. I think he's got that right. Up it goes over Walter's head. And it should be easy pickings for Coventry United. Francis. Kelly. Solomon under pressure from behind by Alfie Dunn, but able to find a teammate in Don Perkins, who gives it straight to Jake Butler. Walters couldn't judge the launch over his head. Sullivan. Walters. Jack Fountain. Carried off the United player from Ayer, and the Red and Greens have a throw. United only have the one change left after the injuries earlier on in the game. They're looking for impact players. They've brought both of them on in Joe Cairns and Riley O'Sullivan. The other options they have are Harry Sawyer, Dom Mullane and Jack Bowden. Bowden, of course, called up from the under-18s. Corner kick to the Red and Greens. They've got to make these opportunities count. Especially now they're behind, taken short. And they've got a free kick out of it. That's Ayer taking out Haddo from the side. And a change for Easington Sport. It's the number 12 coming, well, I'll say number 12. It's, in fact, it's the number 12 coming off. So that would be Jake Butler. And coming on will be number 16, Jake Peters. So Peters on for Butler, who himself was a late change for Andrew Stidder, who suffered an injury in the warm-up. From the free kick, can Coventry level it up? They need to act quickly to get something out of this game. Drilled towards that near post, didn't beat the wall. Is it going to be one of those nights? We haven't had one of them for a while. Perkins chest controls. There was calls for handball, but Cairns is there to collect. Perkins lofts it up towards Riley O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, here's Haddo. Brought down the edge of the area. And the referee's giving it against Coventry United. United absolutely furious as Tyler Haddo was barged down from behind. And in fact, there's appears to be an injury to Jack Fountain of Easington Sports. This has certainly been a match of attrition, I can say that. Well, there's two Easington players down. One of which I believe was Tom Smith, who scored the goal, who actually brought down Haddo. Ten minutes of the second half gone here on CUTV. Easington Sports 1, Coventry United 0. The Red and Greens with a penalty appeal turned down. Well, Fountain's back on his feet. Smith still receiving treatment. The vice captain, well, I suppose you can say full captain now with Aaron Williams going off. Excuse me. The United skipper, Reece Francis, trying to rally the troops. And in fact, they're saying that the player injured is not going to be able to continue. It's not Smith. I can see him now standing up. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Difficult to tell when the shirt number's lying on the ground. So the second change of the evening coming up for Easington Sports. And for once, it's a home player going off injured. Of course, we don't like to see players go off injured at all, but sort of counteracts the balance with United losing 2. Now Easington have lost 1 too. It's number 14 coming on. That would be Jack Dark. Well, in fact, now he's taking his shirt off.
Come on, United!
Well, he's put the number 15 on. That would be Lloyd Saban.
Come on, United!
It's Damien Fountain coming off. So Damien Fountain for Lloyd Saban. In the second change for Easington Sports, that levels it up at 2-2.
Victor Meldrew in the stand.
12 minutes of play gone in the second half. Easington leading Coventry United with a shock lead thanks to Tom Smith's goal early after half-time. White's kick from the goal kick bounced straight off the away technical area. Joe Smith's throw towards Riley O'Sullivan. Ayer headed only as far as Aaron Solomon, and he's dragged it over, and Solomon can't believe it. Hard to tell from this far over whether it was over the line, but I have to trust the assistant's judgment. Smith. With Francis. Launches it down the centre of the park. Who will judge the bounce? Haddo. Just to flick it on off the head for Kyle Carey. Goes to the ground under the challenge. And could they be on for a second here? It's with Jake Peters on the left side of the box. Perkins covers him off well. Ayer can't take the ball with him. Carey to O'Sullivan, playing on the right side of that front three at the moment. Shrugs off the challenge. Launches the ball over to the left, and safe hands from from Connor West next to us. Well, he's now the fourth choice goalkeeper after me, Reece Francis and Chris Roscoe. Barton's going to leave it for Josh Rose, the number 4. Here's Jack Fountain. Rose monitors the target, just keeps it on this near side. Chest control by James Watts. Watts going all alone up the right-hand side, cuts in on Valance, now taking on Kelly. Through the legs now, Walters. Joe Ayer looking to double the advantage. Francis was not going to allow that. O'Sullivan, the target, gets the better of Smith. O'Sullivan gets it from Haddo. Riley O'Sullivan, know how dangerous he can be. He's on the right side of the box. Needs to find the cross across the face of goal. At the far post is Chris Canwell. Can he get the shot away? Canwell saving himself. And blocked. Cairns is there. Carey. Cairns. Charge down. Probably United's best opportunity of the game. Canwell can't lift it over Barton's head. Elliot Barton skips past Canwell's challenge. Now taking on Valance. Shrugs aside the United left back. Barton. Still Barton. Cannons off the leg of Ben Valance. At the moment, it just seems that Easington want it more. We've had an hour of action, and that hour has belonged to the home side, Easington Sports. The highlights of tonight's action will be available on YouTube tomorrow morning, but so far there have not been many highlights for the Red and Greens. Valance at the near post turns it out for yet another corner. Taken short to Alfie Dunn. Dunn, low cross. Valance will deal with it. Only as far as James Watts. Doesn't find its way for a sea of green. Here's Canwell. Too easy for Fountain. And that crossfield ball was too easy for Smith. Awkward bounce. Maynard Haddo onto it. Over to you, Tyler Haddo. Can you bring Coventry United back into it? No. Trying to slip Riley O'Sullivan through, but he felt the run wasn't being made quick enough. Kick from the keeper onto the head of Nat Kelly. Solomon. That's with Dunn up the right. Alfie Dunn. Perkins does his bit. Kelly away. Towards the right. Carey the target, but again, Coventry failed to string together a good passing move. Here's Haddo, swings it towards Canwell, but collected by the substitute. Offside flag raised against Saban. An aimless ball from the back. This is not the Coventry United we know and love. Done. Good strength by Walters. Watts tracking back away from Kyle Carey and gets the better of the United midfielder. Offside calls, and those calls are reciprocated by the flag on this near side. Offside against Easington. Coming up to just 25 minutes to go. And if you ask me, United just aren't putting any sort of pressure on Easington. Canwell judges the bounce well. Haddo, too easy. Ayer. Too powerful for the run of Harry Walters. Back with Francis. Here's Ben Valance. We know what he can do on the run. Riley O'Sullivan. Keeps it right on the line. O'Sullivan down the left. Looking for the cross. Turned away as far as Elliot Barton, who thumps away on the volley. Solomon in the centre circle. Canwell. Looking for the invisible man there. Couldn't find the green shirt. Walters. Peters is making the run. Jake Peters. Can he dispossess Smith? Well, he tried. Free kick given. 2-4 from the Easington substitutes. Solomon receives from Perkins. Ben Valance. Canwell. Here's Riley O'Sullivan. Slips it through for Valance. Picked out in the nick of time. Who's got the final touch on that? Coventry United throw right in the corner. Taken to Solomon. O'Sullivan. Opposite the far post on White claims. Carey was waiting for it. He didn't get the opportunity thanks to the grateful grasp of Joe White. Play back with Francis from Smith. Aaron Solomon playing as the holding midfielder in the absence of Aaron Williams. Attempted lunge in on Solomon. Coventry retained the ball. Carey. Pinballs around that far side and Easington have got it back. Smith thumps it up the right. Haddo will give chase. Haddo nods it on. Goal kick. Very frustrating evening so far for Coventry United on CUTV. Got about 23 minutes on the watch. Kick from White. Barton just keeps it in. Here's Solomon. Towards Barton again. Canwell couldn't get his head on it. Appeals for a free kick against Riley O'Sullivan. Nearly 2 weeks in a row. The CCTV camera nearly took a battering on Saturday against Bugbrook. Well, it did take a battering. The ball was right at the camera. Luckily, we had the wherewithal to take it away this time. It also took a bit of a whack on Sunday in the non-league game with GXNG against Jaguar Daimler. The poor old camera's taken a bit of a whacking over the last week. Valence is tracking back with some speed. Francis cushions it to Solomon. And Solomon dribbling away from the back. I know the target, they just can't seem to find the attacking players in the right areas of the field. Chest control by Cairns. Solomon, now Carey. Oh, it's just past Riley O'Sullivan. Can he get there? Goes down. Referee says no, it probably would have been a bit soft. And that is going to be a free kick on Elliot Barton by O'Sullivan. Maybe a sign of frustration from the United substitutes. Well, the next time we come to you here on CUTV is on the 2nd of October. That is an away game against Biggleswade, who are bottom of the league. Last time I checked, had a goal difference of -47 and had yet to pick up a point all season. Now, we came to this game thinking that it could well be a comfortable win for Coventry, and that has been proved not to be the case. So you never know. While Barton is taking this time to get back to his feet. Looks to me like a time-wasting tactic. And Perkins trying to drag Barton up, and to me, that's not on either. Easington trying to protect their lead. Not exactly sporting behaviour, but it has to be expected. Team who are so close to the drop zone early on have got to be battling for every point they can get. And Riley O'Sullivan taking offence to the actions of Joe White, the goalkeeper. Barton is back on his feet. Minor miracle. "20 minutes to go. Easington 1, Coventry 0. A huge last 20 minutes needed for the Red and Greens to take something from this match.
Come on, United. Come on. Come on, Riley. He's all right now, look. Miracle.
White. Headed one by Perkins. Valence. Balanced aside by Watts, but Cairns will continue on the left-hand side towards Chris Canwell, but launched away. And we're going to have to ask the neighbour for our ball back. Security 101, the gate's locked. Valence with the throw for Coventry United. Canwell in support. Riley O'Sullivan there too. Goes up line towards Riley O'Sullivan. Shields the ball well. Canwell making himself available. O'Sullivan. Awkward stumble from Saban that they're able to clear. And a trip from behind on Kyle Carey. Definite free kick. Probably too far out to have a go, but at this point in the match, United may as well have a go. Canwell takes it short to Carey on the left. Carey into the box. Carey's cross. I'm not sure who he was looking for there, but whoever it was, he hasn't found him. Walters. And the run now being made by Jake Peters. Safely back with Francis from Don Perkins. Walters. Air. Smith collects Perkins. And as far as Walters. On the right-hand side, Barton. Miracle recovery from the right back. Fountain to Dunn. Cross from the left. Perkins able to clear. Canes down the edge of the area. Far from over. Easington continue. Watts leaps over the challenge of Ben Valance. Here's Fountain. Fountain's going to give it a go! Straight into the crowd, but fizzes over the woodwork on the way through.
Yeah, I just sent the kid over in a minute. I can see it. I know it.
16 minutes to go. It's still Easington 1, Coventry 0. And everything Coventry's team have put together, Easington are repelling. Walters. Into Dunn. Could make it safe. It's 2-0. It's Jake Peters slotting it home. And the most unlikely of victories for Easington Sports is surely finalised with 15 minutes to go. And who could say they haven't deserved it? Coventry caught short again as the substitute collects the easiest goal he'll ever score this season, slotting past a helpless Francis. And that is surely game, setter match to the hosts. So here we are with 15 minutes to go. Well, for Easington fans, you can have a look at the highlights tomorrow morning. For Coventry fans, you may as well skip it. And now the goalkeeper's gone down with a mystery ailment. He's literally not been in contact with anyone. He's not moved. A rather pathetic attempt at time wasting. I hope the referee's hanging this on. That is just terrible. The rib-breaking fairy's obviously been around and given him a whack. And the physio is called over for non-existent itis, perhaps. And Riley O'Sullivan even assisting with the medical pack. I've got to say that I've been here for 6 years. It's the first time I've ever seen a Coventry United player do that. Talk about a good Samaritan. But in all seriousness, this is rather pathetic. If he's that badly injured, get the stretcher on and get him out of there.
Are these for real or what?
I mean, there are instances where time wasting is at least believable. If you go down in a challenge and stay down for a minute, fair enough. But when you're literally around no one, not even moving, you go down clutching your chest. I mean, unless you're Christian Eriksen, then it's terrible. Has he been bitten by a bee or something? Is it a wasp sting? Absolutely terrible from Easington. Fair play, they've been the better team, but that is just pathetic. Walters from the free kick as we're finally back underway, and wouldn't you know it, the goalkeeper is absolutely fine. He's doing the foxtrot in his penalty area at the minute as the shot from Riley O'Sullivan cannons off the defender, and it's going to be a corner. Let's see how Injury McGee is able to save this one. We always try to keep it neutral here on CUTV, but after that, I really want to see Coventry United win. Corner to come in from the left-hand side. No green shirt anywhere near it. Canwell. Slip on the edge of the area. Coventry maintain possession, dragged down again. There's Don Perkins to keep it alive for United. Down he goes on the edge of the area. Valance. Ben Valance away from Watts. Still very much in the danger zone, but Coventry failing to make the most of that opportunity. Now here's Aaron Solomon with 11 minutes to go. Easington 2, Coventry United 0. Valance sticks it past the outstretched leg of Barton. Here's Don Perkins. The Red and Green's going all out now, pushing Perkins up as a makeshift midfielder. Here's Solomon. Cairns. Canwell. And able to replicate the heroics of Saturday when he scored that nearly 30-yard worldie against Budbrook. That performance seems a million miles away. Out of play for a throw on the far side. It's going to be a throw in for Easington if that fell move down the right. Perkins. And another wayward ball along the left-hand side. Just sort of caps off United tonight, really.
Keep going, United. Come on.
White from the throw launches it away. Perkins thumps it back where it came from. Neat volley from Josh Rose. Now Francis. Sullivan gets on the end of it. Maybe the Red and Greens can restore some hope. O'Sullivan trying one from long range, and it was even beyond his capabilities.
Come on, United. Keep going.
The goalkeeper, the now fully replenished Joe White with the clearance. Now United have conceded a free kick for a arm in the side. Bit of a soft one, it must be said.
Come on, United.
White up the right. Loaded up by Valance. Cairns was forceful, but fair. Barging over the defender. And Haddo flicks it straight over himself, but not the player he was trying to beat. Walters. Valance collects. Haddo gets stuck in and taken out from behind. Well, we're now going to name our CUTV man of the match, and frankly, it's probably the only one who hasn't put a foot wrong tonight, and that's Ben Valance. It's not exactly a night to be proud of for United so far, unless they can try and drag something back from the draws of defeat in the last 7 minutes. Valance's cross cannons at the back of Smith. Well, here's a bit of news to cheer Coventry United fans up. Coventry Spinks losing 6-2 to Aston Villa in the Birmingham Senior Cup. And to be honest with you, even that's not putting a smile on my face. It's not been the best of evenings. Solomon just able to keep it in. Valance. Kept in by Watts. Coventry able to win it back with Solomon. They've got to get 2 goals just to get a draw. At the moment, Coventry don't look like they're going to score 1. And it's firmly back in Coventry's half with Reece Francis. Here's Perkins. Long range cross. Headed away, and there's Watts in plenty of space for Easington. Offside. Easy decision, Alano's had all day that from Jake Peters. You have to say, in terms of the officials, they've done their job tonight. On the right side of the penalty area, Carey has just kept it in, but a challenge from behind by Ayer gives the red and greens a throw. Let's see if they can work it this time. Across to Perkins. Finds O'Sullivan. Sorry, Valance, I should say. Here's Ben Valance. Towards O'Sullivan. And on the edge of the area, United want the free kick with a strike at goal. Hannah screaming at the ref. Was that Coventry's last chance? I think it was. And surprise, surprise, the Easington player is staying down. The rib-breaking fairy is back. We're back underway. The clearance to Solomon. And he gives it away to Walters. Can Easington make it free and really cap off a spectacular night? It's Ayer. Ever so close. And it's only a deflection that's taking it wide. Well, according to the referee anyway, United pleading their innocence, but the man in black has given a free kick on the right. I wish we could have given you a more enjoyable night here on CQTV, but mercifully it's nearly over. 3 minutes to go. Walters is nodded out of the box. Carey shoves Walters away. Joe Smith. That long ball comes to nothing, but Smith will continue. Saddles the challenge. Canwell the target, but Ayer sticks it out on the far side. United with 1 change left, but they haven't made it. Here's Perkins. Don Perkins. Slides in. There's Cairns taking the ball from Barton at the expense of a throw. There's a throw up line, Valance header. High over the target, into the midfield. Perkins wrestling Walters to the ground. Referee says no. Here's Canwell. Valance. Was there a trip on Haddo? Referee says no. Looked like there was contact, but referee thinking there wasn't enough. And that ball's not coming back in a month for Sundays. Launched away. But a Quick throw to be taken by Valence as we've got another match ball. Perkins across to Cairns, who came on as a substitute. Joe Cairns thinking about the long range spectacular. Well saved by White. O'Sullivan across the face of goal. Those sorts of chances are usually buried by United's usual number 9. And it's getting a bit tasty on the touchline as well. Off the shoulder of Valence from the goal kick. 1 minute left. Plus added time. Until the end of proceedings here at Addison Road. Jeff says 6 minutes added time. Honestly, Jeff, I bloody hope not. As the way United are playing, all due respect to the lads, I can't see us scoring in a month playing like this. Barton nods it on. Balance. Can Coventry clear with Perkins? Yes, they can. It's behind Riley O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan on the stumble. Haddo's with him. Can they hold the deficit? Riley O'Sullivan! United appealing for the penalty again. Well, again, Coventry United aren't getting the decision. And the referee calling over Joe Smith, Joe Cairns and Dom Perkins. Kelly's header towards O'Sullivan. Cairns. Canwell. Aaron Solomon, bit of space on the left for Don Perkins, quickly closed down. Well, we're 90 seconds into added time at the moment. United look to continue after Canwell was brought down. There's Carey. Can Haddo keep it in? Yes, he has, just about. At the expense of a throw right in the corner. That's surely got to be time now. Solomon's header from the throw. Haddo puts it straight out for the goal kick. I wish you could say I was surprised, but this is not the Coventry United that we expect to see tonight. No fluidity, no pressure. And the lads will be the first to tell you that tonight was not up to par. Well, the highlights of today's game will be available tomorrow for any Easington fans tuned in. Made by White. Coventry United throw in. Barton appealing for a tiny bit of physicality there. Perkins. It's away by Fountain. Carey. And wouldn't you know it, Fountain stayed down injured. And as soon as he sees that the ball is at the other... Look, he even looked. He even looked to see where the ball was. And it's Perkins being urged to carry on. There seems to be no serious injury to Fountain. Keeps looking to see where the ball is. There's obviously nothing wrong with him. We call it as it is on CUTV, but Fountain is, to put it lightly, taking the mick. Valance. See now the ball's back at his end of the park. He's straight back on his feet. Haddo. O'Sullivan, can he get the shot away? Deflected! Side netting from Kyle Carey. The closest they've came in 94 minutes of football. And Fountain again has gone down. And a final substitution for Easington. I think it's Smith heading off. Oh, in fact, no, it's Fountain. Wait, it was trudging over to this side. No, it's number 7 on the board. So number 7 is... Yeah, it is. It's Jack Fountain. And Jack Dark is coming on. Fountain amazingly able to walk off the pitch after suffering a debilitating injury just 30 seconds ago. If you notice a bit of sarcasm in my voice, there's a pretty good reason for it. 5 minutes of added time played, that's surely got to be it. Away by White. Perkins wins the header. Going on to 6 minutes of added time. There haven't been that many substitutions in the second half, it must be said. Smith. O'Sullivan. Well, at least the referee's trying to give Coventry United a chance here. O'Sullivan goes down. Well, that probably should have been a free kick, but Haddo continues on the right side of the box. Haddo. Charge down. Corner kick. Surely the last action of the half now. And he goes towards the near post. Flashes across the face of goal. Valance. Turned away by Walters. And play still continues into a 7th minute of added time. I'm not sure where the referee's plucked this out from. Cairns. When the referee has added on all of the time-wasting minutes from Easington, so you've got to say fair play for that. And you've also got to say fair play for that. What a hit. Easington 3, Coventry United 0. It makes for painful viewing for the Red and Green Army. And in the 97th minute, Easington Sports, through Alfie Dunn, have emphatically put an exclamation point on a huge win for the Premier Division South strugglers. Well, if there are any highlights to drag from this match, that's certainly one of them. Carry at the other end as play continues towards a 9th minute of added time. Well, the referee's final whistle would sound like the sweetest song I've ever heard at the moment. It's not been a good day. There we are, into a 9th minute of added time at Addison Road. I thought the referee was bringing the whistle to the lips there. Maybe he's got a tenner on 4-0 Easington, or we'll never know. Francis. Mercifully, the final whistle blows after, in all honesty, an abysmal performance from Coventry United. There's no other way to put it. A trip to Easington where many would have thought would be a rollover victory. But Easington, who deserve every ounce of credit they can get tonight, have put the buffers on Coventry United, scored 3 goals and snatched the 3 points. And it's all well deserved. Final score, Easington 3, Coventry United 0.